Episode 25, again.
Yeah. Theoretically, we should be live, so fingers crossed.
Yeah.
What? Hey, dude. Oh,
Oh dear.
Liz. In theory, yes.
Course.
Of course.
No straight white male needs an AK-15. Okay. And you'll be like, oh, but what about the founding fathers? No. That's not what they meant. I haven't done my impression of Crowder impersonating Shank yet for the Lotus Eaters.
Oh god, yes. Well,
Okay. We may have stuff working.
Yes, student of history, Susie might be gone.
Right, I think things are working, so fingers crossed, chaps and chapettes.
That is offensive to people who don't have fingers.
Well, good.
Too bad for them.
Yeah, seriously, that must fucking suck.
Yeah. Jesus.
I bet. In theory, things should be working again.
Yay.
Yeah. Yes, thanks, sir. All right.
Crikey.
So we just got to...
Oh god, what is that horrible creature on screen?
I'm not sure, possibly a Rosie Duffield?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, we have done the suitable blood sacrifices and sacraments.
We sacrificed the pedophilic gay guy at Pride who Harry punched in the face.
Yeah. I found him outside, actually. It was pretty easy.
Oh, wait, no. He didn't punch him. I think he elbowed him, right?
Maybe.
He did something.
He did have a dent in his skull, apparently from Harry's Chad strength.
Yeah.
Well, and I also have a few spare babies to give to the blood god in case it happens again.
Nope, we're not fucking leftists here.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna release the babies. I'll be right back.
All right. Let's...
Is that a euphemism for Trim taking a shit?
Yeah, little brown babies coming out, huh?
Ooh, that might be a bit racist.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a joke on South Park. Don't you remember the part where they're standing outside protesting what's it called? Canadian show where they fart a lot? And then just end up shitting full of fucking outhouses?
Dear.
Has anyone ever watched the South Park movie Bigger, Longer, Uncut while on acid?
Not on acid, but...
It's a good experience. I'd recommend it. I heard that from a friend. not that I would know personally.
Let me guess. That friend was called Second Plague, right? Or Jordan Peterson?
Something along those lines. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Quite a good description, I assume.
Hey, everyone's slowly starting to get back in.
A
Yay.
Ooh. YouTube broke itself, Harry. It's
I
totally not
blame
my fault.
Susan. I blame Susan for this.
It's
Yes.
not my fault. Mea culpa.
Oh dear. So let's get back into it so we can, because I'm bored with this story, but let's finish up. So Rosie Duffield, after being labelled a transphobe, at a fringe event, she reportedly accused colleagues of chucking me on the railway tracks over her stance on issues such as people being allowed to self-identify as female, and her endorsement of comments stating that trans people are mostly heterosexuals cosplaying as the opposite sex.
Ooh. Huh.
So, thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm not
Babe?
going to comment because I want to get hired at some point in the future. But
Well, I already have a job, so yes. Unironically, yes.
Yeah. It certainly seems to be that way out of the activists groups these days.
I mean, it's just obvious that half of these people are just trenders at this point.
yeah, but I mean, like, I am like genuinely sympathetic, but it just gets to a point when you're saying that the word mother can be used in no descriptive sense, or that the word woman can be used as in no descriptive sense, that the category itself is basically useless in any kind of like broad language, then that really hits a point where it just breaks the suspension of disbelief, right? Like,
What breaks the suspension of disbelief for me is the fact that during their so-called transitions, it is we, the beholders, who have to do the work.
no, it's like, look, I'm fine I'm fine calling a trans woman she. I'm not fine uttering the phrase the female penis birthing person's pregnant man. Like that that gets to a point where I'm just kind of like, yikes.
They'd have to
Yeah.
pay me a lot of money if I was to actually use those kind of words.
There's a lot of difference between just being courteous to an individual and redefining reality to make mentally ill people feel better.
Yeah. Again, the work in transitioning is there, not ours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not so much getting fired I'm worried about, it's like getting blacklisted, right? I'm concerned once I actually have a job and have like a reputation built up with whoever I'm like working with, then like I am if the person who may or may not hire me has like no idea who I am and just kind of sees like a potential red flag for controversy or liability and has like no built up relationship with me that would make them like stand by me. If I'm just like one applicant among a bunch of applicants, they wouldn't feel the same obligation.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely. If it was just in the hiring stage and they Googled your name and all this shit came up with, it's probably not worth it to
Yeah.
them compared
Well,
to an
yeah.
equally
Like, why
qualified
do you think
applicant.
I don't? Why do you think I don't use my name on? Yeah. Why do you think I don't use my name on this podcast and don't even use my common like handle? Like, I do not want this to be like fucking connected to an employer search.
I mean, I call myself Trim for a reason, guys.
Yeah.
Because it was a cool name after we determined that your old handle was crap.
Yeah, that too.
Oh no, I thought it was fine. The All Spark.
Yeah,
It is.
it was pretty good.
But
Autobots roll out.
awesome. But the thing is, I really like the name Trim. First, it sounds good, and the second, it is essentially one of the Jotun who manage the impossible and managed to screw the pooch so hard that he deserved what he got in the end.
Yeah,
I
and I
mean,
like.
he
Yeah,
literally had a weapon of mass destruction taken away from the gods. He could have just burned it away, but no. Instead, he wanted some of that Freya poontang, and he ended up getting a drag queen Thor smashing his head in. It's fucking hilarious.
yeah.
Thor's a drag queen.
And then you get, well, I mean, Jane Foster.
Shut up.
Yeah, and I mean, we get, my username where it's like the perfect combination of Kekistan and Christianity, or Judeo-Christianity, since the 10 plagues of Egypt is Judeo-Christian.
That and frogs are cool too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the frog is an amphibian. It's a symbol of transformation. That's what it represents.
Just watch out for
So,
chemicals so
when
you
you
don't
desire
spontaneously
to
turn
be a
gay.
good mate for a woman, it's the kiss of the princess that turns the frog into a prince. It's that sort of motivation. Women create a set of values around men that they have to live up to. And when they live up to them, they become better than the backbiting, vengeful, bitter, pathetic weasels that they would otherwise be.
Also, if they add some certain chemicals, they end up turning homosexual.
No,
Sorry.
the chemicals in the water are
Oh.
turning the frogs trans. Get it right.
Oh shit.
Yes,
I'm happy for you, Second, and your life choices, I guess.
Okay. Bas Van Diepen put a comment on the last one asking what the music at the start was. That was Old Lang Syne by the US Army Band. And totally copyright free, so super sexy. And Stratosphere says, "Isn't it lovely how we live in fear to be fired for wrong think?"
Yes.
Yes, it is fantastic.
Yep.
How vibrant.
Indeed.
So I gotta be honest, I kind of reached that point in my life now where I'm just so freaking tired of this crap that should people find out and confront me with this, I'm just going to say yes and just be done
Chad,
with it.
yes. Yeah.
Based. Just Chad, yes.
I'm
I want to
already
get into a position where I have like a solid enough position and what I like believe is like understood and we're all like on the same page with that before I have kids who depend on my income.
true.
Fair enough.
I'm already known for being what I am at work. I don't hide who I am. I'm maybe
Yeah.
not as spicy. Well, in the kitchen during work, I am actually more spicy, but off duty, I'm just a regular kind of guy.
Based.
Also, I'm a very racist person because I don't judge people by their color.
Oh, how could you? What the hell's wrong
Yeah,
with you?
no.
Oh yeah, I need to watch that at some point today. I'm actually in this weird position where I owe one of my friends 2 blogs because I made like a couple deals with him to get him to do stuff. So now I owe him 2 blogs, and if I don't do it by the end of the year, he's gonna send me a dog, and I don't want to have
A
to
blog?
take care of a dog.
Wait. So you have to do a blog or
I
you
have to
get a
do
dog?
2 blog posts for him, or else he's gonna send me a dog. But he'll strike one of those off if I debate this like Democrat partisan in our circle on critical race theory.
Oh, God.
Can you please, to God, record it? You don't have to
Huh?
post it officially. I just want to see it for myself.
Oh yeah. No, I can do that after. I don't even know when that's gonna happen, but yeah. So
Thank you.
that's gonna be an experience.
Yeah, gonna be very interesting.
What I'm expecting is not so much a defense of the doctrine, but like fucking the mainstream media deflection narrative of, oh, it's just about teaching history, or oh, this is just some issue that conservatives are using in the culture war kind of thing, that kind of deflection nonsense.
You mean the conservatives who doesn't even acknowledge that there's a culture war, except for the lefties who constantly yell that there's a culture war?
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
or have the conservatives actually acknowledged that it's happening yet?
yeah, I mean, I do find that kind of funny how the lefties who complain about culture war stuff, their complaint is basically, there wouldn't be conflict if you just let us control everything cultural.
Thanks,
It's like,
Physic.
no.
I guess shilling you in the Self Promo channel.
Shit, I forgot. Wasn't Based Ape actually looking for someone to decide stuff for him?
He
Maybe I
was.
should give him a. Maybe I should make a call out for the next episode.
Hey,
Just
hey,
post your
actually,
Ko-Fi in there.
Student of history, we can actually make crack babies a useful feature of society with crack baby basketball.
Once again, South Park solves a lot of problems. Oh god damn it, I completely forgot about that.
Oh dear.
I mean, I pride myself on having a dark sense of humor, but that shit just made me feel bad.
There we go. I officially should trim properly.
Yay!
Right,
Come, give me stuff to do.
let's have a look at some Twitter bullshit.
Oh joy, my
Hey,
favorite. Wait. Is this the political kind of bullshit or is the cultural kind of bullshit? It's the bad kind. Damn it.
Yes. So
Sad noises.
this is the woman who's been called by the police to be interviewed regarding her tweets.
We have to check her thinking.
Yes, she needs to
Oh
be
no.
re-educated.
Cruel lady.
Yep. So apparently she wants to do weird things like get married, knit a wedding dress, have fun with her kids, play with her dogs. You know?
I mean, live a good, normal, healthy life, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, God forbid people be able to just be free.
Yeah.
And she is a lesbian, not queer. Interesting.
I mean, there's a difference between them.
yeah.
Oh. And, yeah, apparently did a speech at a Belfast protest. Interesting indeed.
Hey, was this guy who this is maybe a bit of a different thing, but you know the Dave Chappelle guy who was like he likes jokes and Dave Chappelle? Uh, how many of you knew that some crazy chick would just start yelling, "Repent, motherfucker, repent"?
Well, not those words specifically, but
Don't fucking co-opt our language.
I was waiting for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Student of history in regards to this woman's tweet. That sounds wholesome AF. Kids in a pub. I feel that. I mean, yeah. I mean, that does sound pretty fucking wholesome. She just wants to get married to her female partner, and spend time with her kids, play with her dog. I could get behind that.
And since she's lesbian and not queer, we know "pup" isn't a euphemism for some weird like.
Oh God.
Yeah. I don't need to qualify that with an explanation.
Thank you.
Yeah, Robert Longshore says she likes Snatch because she likes Snatch. She is not gay because she is trying to make a statement about not liking men. Yeah, you know,
Seems fair to me.
wholesome, super gay.
Yeah, she's a super lesbian.
Oh, followed by Fair Cop. There you go. Must be good. We will have to follow up on this at a later stage.
Lovely.
And of course, she's got a solicitor contact in the police.
Good.
Very, very interesting.
I hope she wins whatever cause she gets.
Me too. I hope she get hell if Fair Cop's following her. Maybe she can get together with them and sue the fucking cops for costs.
That would be perfect.
It's about time this frigging thought policing got the crap kicked out of it.
As it deserves.
So LGB Alliance has new flags. Let's have a bit of a look. Just white text, black text on white background. I'm sure that must be triggering the crap out of people.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. I approve.
Honestly, that does actually really annoy me. Is that rainbows look nice? Why you gotta associate it with dick and ass? You know?
I mean, how do you think I
Also,
feel?
that they
To me,
really
it's the
did
bridge of
pick
the
a
gods
weird
themselves.
Oh yeah, the Rainbow Bridge, the
Mm.
Bifrost.
From
Yeah,
Christian
and
theology, though.
they're just raping it.
It really doesn't make much sense. I guess all the humans are being hedonistic little shits. I'm going to murder them all. Also, here's a rainbow promising I won't do it again.
I mean, based.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Pretty
The
good.
Alliance versus the Horde. Let's go.
Well, you take the story of the flood and its aftermath, and that is a story about the dangers of the absence of society. You need society like a family structure or an ark to protect you from the chaos, man. And the next story about the Tower of Babel, well, how do you make sense of that? Well, it's the danger of making an idol out of society, of attempting to create some utopian vision.
So the Tower of Babel is actually a warning against communism?
Yes, and funny enough, I would think it would be a warning against the European Union, which based its parliamentary building design off of an artist rendition of the Tower of Babel.
No. It's disgusting, and I despise the European Union with all my heart.
Yeah.
Robert Longshore says we have about 5 to 10 years before people in their early to mid 20s start appearing in their droves in the media admitting they've made huge mistakes chopping off their ding-dongs. Yep, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a class action lawsuit against Stonewall. Or the Tavistock Centre. Like, if they were actually manipulating people into a treatment that they didn't need, that's going to be one hell of a class action.
But it is worthy for diversity and political virtue signaling, don't you know?
Oh, I know. I just don't give a damn.
I'm just looking forward to these people getting what they deserve.
Yep.
One way or another.
Indeed. So, apparently the LGBT Alliance is doing quite well in the eyes of old Boris Johnson. In the letter response that they got back from their invitation, They say the Prime Minister is delighted to learn of this groundbreaking event and is aware of
I'll
what
be
a
right
truly
back.
momentous occasion this will be. Blah, 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 can't make it. On his behalf, I'd like to thank the LGB Alliance for their incredible hard work and send my best wishes for a successful conference. Very interesting.
Boris Johnson is just a disappointment.
Yeah. Honestly, he was supposed to be the saviour.
You're the chosen one. You were supposed to destroy the Labour, not join them. Literally. Fucking that.
Robert Longshore asks, how many of you regret spending so much money on Pokemon cards and Pogs when you're going to your teens? Not me. But that might have something to do with the fact that Pogs just weren't a thing. And Pokemon
Well,
cards
I regret
weren't
it
huge
because my
either.
parents threw my Pokemon card collection away when I started realizing that they could be worth money. That's when I regretted spending a lot of money on it because I threw away everything. I would have sold it all by now.
Hmm. Yeah, and LGB Alliance sharing a headline from Pink News. Boris Johnson thanks anti-trans LGB Alliance for its incredible hard work. If the hoes at Pink News are mad, must be
Then
winning.
you're doing something right.
Yep.
But how big are the chances that Boris Johnson will puss out from this?
I don't think the man has any spine left. Apparently they remove it. Apparently after Margaret Thatcher, they don't allow prime ministers to keep their spines.
Yeah. Wouldn't want another Thatcher.
I mean, Thatcher was she was pretty hard ass. Sometimes you
Yeah.
could use
I
a
mean,
hard ass.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to be. She wasn't perfect, but she's better than anything they have now.
Yeah. And apparently the argument against the LGB Alliance is a daily reminder that LGB Alliance is transphobic, biphobic. Hold on. Biphobic. The LGB Alliance is biphobic.
Yeah. Seems like it.
Guys.
No.
If
Don't
you're
you
going to
see
be
it?
insane, can you at least not be stupid?
No. But don't you see this? Remember, you have to see it through their view, through their lens. Now, how to get approximate version of their lens? Take a piece of glass, dump
And
it in
shove it up
different
your ass?
colored drain. Yes, that's the end of it. But first, you gotta dump it in 15 different colors. Light it on fire, then sharpen it, and then up the rear.
And then you try and look through it. By shoving your head up
Yes,
your ass with it.
exactly.
I say.
Perfectly clear, I suppose.
I'm surprised they didn't say they were homophobic as well.
Isn't that technically they already done that though? I mean, bi goes both ways. So if
Mm-hmm.
you call someone biphobic, you're calling someone homophobic.
So yeah, apparently most gay people haven't gotten married.
After all this time trying to give them the right to marry, they never use it. Funny.
Yeah. I mean,
A wasted battle.
not against getting married, because on the government front, I don't think the government should have an opinion on it. But I do think, say for example, the Catholic Church. Well, the Catholic Church are being stupid about it. But if, for example, they wanted to not let him get married in their churches, wouldn't have a problem with that. But I don't think it's any of the government's business.
Agreed.
See, though, I agree that gay marriage should be legal, but I just kind of I have a bit more sympathy for the logic of the argument itself, right? When it comes to like the government defining what marriage is, right? Like because I don't know. I would not be okay with the government defining marriage like a polygamous marriage, or with the government defining a marriage between a parent and a child, both of adult age, as a marriage. So it kind of gets in this area where it's not the government allowing slash disallowing certain people to do something. It's about um, like the government actually giving a definition to a term, and whether or not that definition fits the term. Now, I personally don't think that's a problem with gay marriage. I think gay marriage should be legal, but I do have some sympathy for that kind of argument that it is about the definition of marriage, considering that that would definitely be an objection for me, when it comes to like if there were attempts to expand it in other ways.
Oh, yeah, we definitely don't want to get it expanded. And huh, with the track record of the progressives, you really don't want to let them anywhere near oil and incline.
Yeah. Shouldn't actually let him near anything, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's the whole two protesters with their trans rights are human rights signs. And, no, trans rights are not human rights. You do not have a human right to be called whatever you want.
No, you don't. You don't have a right to control what people think.
Yep. You do not have a right to an elective cosmetic procedure. You do not have a right to another person's love, affection, or sexual intimacy. What they do have, which is something that all people have, is the right to seek that. But the trans cells, honestly, like even the worst incels aren't that fucking rapey.
Pretty much,
I don't
yeah.
know about that.
Well, the incels tend, the crazy incels tend to just kill women, not rape them. As Robert Longshaw's.
Based Robert Longshaw.
Yep, you do not have the right to someone else's labour. Yes, correct. Yes, you can do anything you like as long as it does not interfere with the labour of another person.
Or their free will.
Yeah, the right to love and affection. Yeah, that sounds like the incels. And nobody has a right to those things. They have the right to seek them, but not the right to them.
They have the right to earn it. It has to be
Yes.
earned.
Something given has no value.
Yeah. Essentially, what they have the right to is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they have the right to the fruits of their own labour.
Well, that depends on if you want to stop incel terrorism. Harris says, don't worry, we don't even need to put them down. They cannot reproduce. Time shall act for us.
You'd like to think so, but with the indoctrination on every form of society, they'll wipe out humanity before they wipe themselves out.
Seems like it. Well, that is only if they get their will.
Yes. Yep. So there you go. There's Pride in Surrey trying to make themselves look good. Then there's the photo from inside the building.
Oh, that is so pathetic.
Robert Longshore says human rights apply to all humans. Rights that apply to trans people only are not rights. Could we refer to them as privileges? Trans privileges? Yes.
I mean, exactly. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men and women created by the the thing.
Right.
Yeah. Buzz Van Diepen does say that love that is given does have value. And there is some truth to that.
The thing is, this is how I view it, though you can disagree if you want to. I mean, this is just how I view it. But a gift between friends is not something given, it is something earned.
Sure, but
Yeah. I mean, you
I'm
give
thinking a
your
bit more
time, you give.
abstract than friends. The love of a parent to a child has not been earned by the child. That is given freely and hopefully without expectation.
Well, yeah, actually, yeah. In Christianity, that's known as grace, God's love for man. Definitely not something earned, but something given.
Yeah.
But when you get to away from agape, right, to eros, like romantic love, that is like the most like selective form of love, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a child in the proper sense is a labor of love, in my view.
Yes,
Unless
but
we look at
the
college
the child
incidents.
has not earned that love because they're a newborn and well, newborn.
Well, not the child itself, but not the child individually, but the child has kind of earned it through the process of being conceived, the 9 months that the
Again,
parents
Well,
I
prepare.
wouldn't say that
I think our
that's
hang up. I
labor or
think our
effort of
hang
the
up
child.
is on. I think there's a difference between earn and merit.
Yes.
I
Like a
can believe it.
child merits love from their parents by virtue of being their child. It is
Yes.
merited. It isn't necessarily earned.
That's a word. That's a word.
Yes. That makes much more sense.
Yes. The sad, sad fact that English is my second language.
Yeah.
Words
Student of
escape me.
History says love purchased has none, love taken is non-existent. Yes.
True.
But yes, love can be earned, and love, I would say, can be given freely. Especially from, say, the Christian perspective. Love thy neighbour, love thy brothers and sisters, etc., etc., etc. Like, love for your fellow man kind of thing. Da 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 da. So
It's something that can be earned, merited, and given freely, but it's not something.
it is
that
not
can be
something that can
taken.
be bought or taken. Yes.
Yeah.
Basically.
I'll clip that and we'll write it up as a quote later. Because that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Man, we got deep. From memes to this. Holy crap.
Yes, we can go from laughing at people's weird haircuts to that deep very quickly.
Yeah, that's literally how I've lived for, the past like 8 years, I would say, is like flipping from being completely unserious and memey to getting into, hey, you want to talk about the meaning of life? Like, that is just my existence.
Sounds like a fun thing.
Oh, yeah,
I
it is.
try the same myself. Wait, isn't that the the person, individual thing? Uh, when it turns around, you just see a mash of colors, don't you?
Possibly. Let me double check to see if audio is going out to the
Wait, what?
stream.
What is? Are we like back to the rainbow dildo butt monkey or something?
I hope not.
We're close to it, but not as bad.
Okay.
Just look at that and just try and expect what comes when it turns around.
So
Okay.
it's yelling, hate preacher, hate preacher, hate preacher. Oh, God. It's wearing the intersectional black people are more important flag.
No. No.
You didn't see that one, did you?
This is your fault, Trim.
Oh my god. I'm
Yet.
not taking responsibility for that.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Bass Van Dypen. That's not necessarily true. Like if you like take a bullet for your child, you're not getting a return on investment in your old age on that, but you're going to do it anyways.
Yeah, but
I think
you also get the memory. They do remember you for it.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
but
don't
I mean,
forget the
like
locking.
that is kind of the thing, right? Like I think that the point of family is that it is something that entices you towards it with self-interest, but once you become a part of the family, it lures you in with self-interest and then turns you into someone selfless in relation to those relationships.
Yeah. And,
You get behind
And
that.
and for example, not necessarily from parent to child, but from older sibling to younger sibling as well. That love is given freely with no expectation of return.
But it can be lost equally as quickly, though.
And the interest of getting things back from your children, that's a modern thing. Like, go back 400 years. I have loved you, raised you, you are now 16. Oh, look, there's a blacksmith, you are now an apprentice. Goodbye. Potentially.
Well, no. I feel like there was still the expectation that you take care of your parents' old age, but that wasn't like the reason.
Yeah,
right?
it's more reciprocal rather than
Yeah.
it's. I wouldn't call it a repayment. I'd say it's reciprocal, kind of, if that makes sense.
It does. The
Yeah.
love earned from other people, that is brotherhood, that isn't bloodline, you could say. Your
Yeah.
closest friends.
Indeed.
You see, this is why you need good Christian values so that you can like have the healthy blend of the universal and the particular as opposed to universalizing or particularizing everything.
Balance, as all things
Yes.
should be.
Religion has its uses, especially the whole brotherhood of man thing that most, at least all the Abrahamic religions seem to pick up in one extent or another. Because even Islam at least has the brotherhood of Islam, even if it doesn't extend it to all other humans. It's that's a very useful thing, and that's where a lot of our 12th century political thought comes from. Like, that's directly the kind of thing that Locke gets his views from. Like, a man has these rights because his creator gave them to him.
Vice.
Yep. Speaking of giving.
Oh, God.
We are made in the image
It's
of
nothing.
the
It's nothing
ultimate
horrible.
God.
Oh, that is fucking brilliant.
What?
It's one of my projects. I'm currently making it to see if the Lotus Eaters wants it for their merch.
Is it Nartwall?
It will be on the stream shortly.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Yes, that is the Communist Manifesto. I'm working on a sci-fi version where he's basically shooting the CRT book.
Nice.
Nice.
Want to see it? I got the sketch finished. I was just so bored and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this. Let's see. 2 seconds. And come on, internet work. There. Did you get it?
It's uploading. Yes, I have it
Lovely.
now. Nice. I've got a suggestion, Trim, and you're going to hate me immensely for this. Shouldn't it be a brain bug?
Hmm. Yeah, I tried, but unfortunately I couldn't get the angle right for it.
Ah, shame.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
afraid.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to, but that's why I just made the claws kind of like the brain
Yeah,
bug claw.
fair enough. Billy Blogs asks, is that like Arthur extracting the sword, or does it depict a guy plunging it in?
It
Marxism is a
just
brain bug
plunged it
based.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's clip. Does it depict a guy plunging it in out of context?
Oh dear.
Log in to Chatterbait to find out.
uh,
No,
and,
subscribe to our OnlyFans
yeah,
to find
subscribe
out.
to our OnlyFans. Oh god.
I actually got the book monster idea from Harry Potter 3, I guess. You know where the one with the book tries
Oh
to assault
yeah,
Harry under the bed?
yeah. Oh man, that was like one of the best quotes from that movie. You're supposed to stroke it.
Sure, you know
Oh
all about
dear.
that, don't you?
Yeah. So here we have one of the tweets from some absolute psychopath. Everyone at the LGB Alliance conference of bullshit can suck my trans dick. And then that's responded to by someone saying, agree slash disagree, whatevs, but stop with the coercive, abusive, male pansexual threats. It is not a good look. Why there are no adults in the
Oh,
room?
Wow, oof.
ooh,
You
yeah,
got
that's
left.
what happens when your own language gets turned against you.
Indeed.
It's beautiful though.
That's the problem with communists. They all start fighting each other over doctrinal bullshit.
They always eat their own.
Indeed.
It is actually funny though, seeing some of the TERFs actually become more moderate on the feminism question. Like, actually, maybe there's a point to like traditional gender roles to some extent.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
interesting how
soon,
that's
fourth
gone.
wave feminism becomes trad wifeism.
Well, I think we're going to end up with fifth wave feminism, which will hopefully be something along the line of a woman is free to do whatever the fuck she wants, whether that is go freely on her own or be a happy housewife. And
Reject post modernity, return to tradition.
yeah,
I'm okay with that. I support that.
can't we return to like what was it, like the 50s version of it, where it's like, no, I want to raise a family, but I also want to make my own choices.
I support that.
That is actually an interesting point.
Student of histories, because student of history has a good point. Every feminist will go trad wife with World War Three.
Yeah, I mean, just ask Sivnat. The ladies go crazy for the military guys.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't even
no,
laugh at that one.
I thought women went crazy for men, not boys playing soldier.
Wow.
Don't you know they have this connection, dude? This deep connection after a few months.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Uh, huh. Thank you for the offer, but I pass.
the one that these nut jobs given you, suck my dick, you transphobic cunts. Well, Trim, as slogans
Well,
go, this feels like a misjudged way of responding to people who have what you contend is a misplaced, unjustified, philosophically confused, and motivated by bad faith fear of male violence.
That's a pretty good summary.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to when Stonewall gets put against the stone wall.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. Oh god, what are these creatures?
What are those?
I'm not sure.
Is one of them missing half their head?
I think they're missing
What
half
the
their
fuck is?
brain.
No, that's their. Wait, that's their hair.
what is a TRA?
ERA,
Trans
Transracial Alliance.
rights anarchist? Trans rights activist.
Oh,
AKA an attention seeking psychopath.
that too. They look like beggars.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Buzz Van Diepen has a very excellent point that ties into a lot of this. The
Oh,
right
man,
one,
you can tell they're probably on a college campus.
yep. The one on the right looks like a failed emo. Yes, exactly. Because just like the emos, they're pathetic little losers with no personalities who are attaching onto the latest trend.
Yeah, nailed it. Homeless or furbolg? What is furbolg again? I completely forgotten.
I am.
Bergen.
Shut up.
Oh, yep, and Amnesty International is okay with sexually harassing and threatening the women's political protest.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna discontinue my support of Amnesty International.
Mm-hmm.
Joke. I've already done it. Long time ago.
Yeah, they. Oh, let's get that off screen because it's just weird.
PG-13. PG. Suck the chalk dick.
Yeah.
Damn it, I thought we were gonna get through one episode without like child murder or child rape.
Well, at least you're not laughing psychotically this time.
Yes, let's talk about Loudoun County.
Ugh.
That was such a Kamala Harris moment.
I mean, you almost nailed it, but you don't have the direct lack of a soul that she possesses.
Yeah.
So the ACLU, who used to protect the freedom of speech of the Klan, are filing a brief to tell the court that refusing to use a student's pronouns because of who they are is discrimination. No, you nut jobs.
You know, I'm really looking forward to getting back on the boat, I feel. Everyone there is based. Everyone.
Do you ever listen to the Lonely Island song, I'm on a boat?
From time
I
to
used
time,
to a lot the first year.
From time to time, I
Okay.
do, but mostly I'm interested in it because occasionally I go boating and I just play it on the boat.
Yeah. Occasionally I'll like go sailing with my parents on the family sailboat.
Yeah, I want to be. I want us to play the song a lot during work. Though we had, I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat, and after the third day of playing it, they just had a unanimous vote that I was no longer allowed to play the song.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh dear Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ACLU thinks teachers in Loudoun County should be fired if they refuse to refer to mentally ill people as demon and demon self.
And these people are Christian, I assume.
Second, get the holy water and the
Yeah.
crucifix. We're going to have an exorcism.
Let's see. Where is it? Where's my crucifix? Okay, I found my crucifix. I just need some holy water.
The local priest pee in a bottle?
Yes.
That's not how it works.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry, I've been outside of Christianity for a while, so I don't quite know the details.
It's pretty obviously not a priest pissing in a bottle, though.
I mean, maybe you should tell
You
the
don't
priests.
need an education to figure that out.
Are you sure, though?
Yeah, so exorcism. So how does it work? Do we beat them with the cross until they repent? And then waterboard them with the holy water?
I will get the
it's basically
holy
that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or do we get a really big crucifix,
I mean, like
tie them to it, and then
is,
waterboard them on that?
You know, that shit is actually the thing that Vosh was like, yeah, I don't think that this is optically feasible.
I
What?
mean, beating demons with crosses until they repent.
Seems feasible to me.
Well, if they're demons, we should banish them back to hell. Who's got a volcano?
Do we really need a volcano? We could just make holy fire. Just have a priest bless some gasoline and then we'll light it on.
Holy gasoline.
Yes.
Hold on. But
Only in America.
someone's got to
I
have
gotta
done
admit.
this.
Holy gasoline.
I don't think I have the proper training, but like I have an uncle who's a priest, so I think I'll like hit him up about this.
Please. Please do. And send it in as a video question for Lotus Eaters. I'm gonna make holy fire. Have your uncle just stand there and bless it, and then you light it on fire. Oh man, I'd pay you for that.
Here we go. Holy flamethrower, your best weapon against vampires, ghouls, zombies, and weeds.
I want one. I really want one. Is it made by our Lord and Savior Elon Musk?
I don't think so.
Small price to pay.
Soon Fifth Street.
The Sisters of Battle, was that like viral video from like a decade ago where like the nuns were training in like martial arts and like smacking people with like crosses and stuff?
No, Adepta Sororitas. Adepta Sororitas.
I
Yes.
can't say it.
Adepta Sororitas.
Yes.
Sisters of Battle from Warhammer.
Look good okay. Purging heretics.
Yeah. Student History says, I think people should be fired for covering up the forced sodomizing of a 15-year-old girl, but hey, you do you, ACLU.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what this whole thing's about. A trans person raped the 15-year-old girl in a bathroom at a school, and then the school system covered it up.
Yeah, we're gonna need that flamethrower real quick.
Yes.
Because the fires of God really need to calm down at some point.
I agree with that.
Very good.
Oh man,
A
what
second,
are
a
what are these
second. If
called?
if I convert to Christianity, can I then make holy flamethrowers? What's the prerequisites for that?
Hmm. I'll have to do some research and get back to you.
Okay, I'll wait.
Yeah.
There's got to be some real priest somewhere that we could convince to bless some gasoline.
I mean, there's a local church in my avenue. I can check it out if I have the time one day.
Actually, maybe we need to go to West Africa. I hear there's ultra based in some places there.
Or maybe maybe somewhere in Russia or something like you know. I heard the Eastern Orthodox are pretty trad masculine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with this? We are going to Flammenworth the pedophiles.
Yes.
And based, I'd say.
I need to
Let-
follow. I need to follow Stone Toss comics. I've seen that so much, and something about that I don't know, that shitty pink purple swirl on top of that person's head is just endlessly amusing to me.
It just reminds me about something I don't want to describe right now.
Yeah.
Red Snapper.
Uh, it's a video where somebody, let's say, inserts pink
Oh,
into.
Bus Van Diepen
Yes.
says, didn't they sanctify those AK-47s in Texas? Try there. Second, your mission,
Oh.
if you choose to accept it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a holy mission.
No straight white male needs an AK-15. Okay. They didn't mean any of those AR-47s. Okay.
Second, your Lord requires you to sanctify the flamethrower.
Oh,
Okay.
just blasting Powerwolf as we just bring holy fire to that school.
Yeah.
The building, not the people. Maybe. Hmm?
Yeah. Okay, so let's have now we've because the topic's trans people being weird. We get to the so-called correction by Associated Press. Corrects caption
like that
to
guy.
remove. Yeah, that guy's fucking a legend. A fucking legend, right? Remove reference to Gesualdi using profanities, which he did not do at the moment the image was made, or at any point. Also removes reference to protesters being peaceful because one protester destroyed his sign. Yeah. Not good people.
There never have been. I mean, is there anything more petty than a SJW or a trans activist? Because I really doubt that.
My dudes, I hate to do this, but I gotta leave you. Gotta find
Alright,
some
man.
productivity. Shadilay, my dudes. It's
Shadilay,
been
good
good.
to have you, man. Nice seeing you again.
See you next time.
See
May
ya.
the peace of the Lord be with you all.
Thank you. May you find the
With
holy
you also.
flamethrower.
Right, now that
Always
he's
a pleasure
gone,
having that guy around.
it is. Billy B has helpfully provided some images for us. Yes, these have got to be Russian Orthodox priests.
Yes.
Here we go. Blessing tanks. Based. We could get in on this.
Russia know what to do. They know what's up.
Yeah. The Russians are pretty fucking based. If only they'd stop being an authoritarian shithole.
That'd be nice too.
Yep.
You know, when I saw that image, I just heard the power of sanctified by dynamite.
Nice, nice.
We can fight the coup and defend freedom simultaneously. Really?
Only if you're a crazy person who believes in not harming people for 0.001% chance of death.
I mean, that sounds as logical as not firebombing a car of someone who got sick.
Indeed. Now, unfortunately, because of YouTube being the way they are, we have to be very careful if we say anything about this at all. But this forced medical procedures are wrong.
What?
Yes.
Hmm. My
And
mind is blown.
Callum is. So Callum keeps saying that he thinks there might be a case for mandates if there was like a high fatality rate. And he's wrong. There's never a case for mandates because if the fatality rate is low, it's inhumane. If the fatality rate is high, they're pointless. Because if there's a
Yeah.
high fatality rate, people will be trampling each other in line for the vaccine. You do not need to mandate a solution to a problem like that in the modern day and age if it is
It's shit
legitimately
like,
that deadly.
yeah, sorry for almost if we're talking over you, but it's shit like this that just really makes me not take the coup facts.
Yeah, exactly. As Tan Devereaux says, if fatality was high, then people would clamour for it. Exactly. So they're either if it's low, it's unjust. If it's high, it's unnecessary, and also still unjust. It's just embarrassing, really, truly embarrassing.
It is.
So there's really not much further we can go here except say to quickly cover that Chicago's going to lose like 40% of their cops.
Really? Oh, whoa, what?
Yeah, apparently this
Oh
isn't
shit,
in
that's
here.
right.
Why the fuck is that not in there? But yeah, Chicago's going to lose something like 40% of their cops over this.
Wasn't it gonna lose some of their firemen too?
I'm sure they will, but it's Chicago. Like,
I mean,
I'm pretty sure they lose more people to murders on a daily basis than they ever have to the coup.
maybe true. I mean, even in the Dresden files, Chicago is a pretty bad place, but this shit makes Chicago look pretty chill in Dresden files.
Yeah. Student History says Plague of Justinian killed 25% of Constantinople. People chose to not leave their house. Yes, exactly. It's and the counterpoint to that is you wouldn't have people begging to go back to work. You wouldn't have only essential workers being allowed out. No, you'd have governments and businesses having to pay people like 10 times the going rate to go out and do shit.
Pretty fucking much.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to have the police force people to stay home.
It's just I've just kept saying I say the same thing. It is just so ridiculous that I can't really find a word for it to describe what I truly think of this crap.
Yeah. Apparently, Chirac had a quiet weekend last week. Only 4 deaths and 20 shot.
No. Okay.
Yeah. And Seattle's also lost a bunch of police and fire departments. Almost 400 people.
I mean, that's probably a chill week, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for Chicago, yeah. But
Well,
yeah,
that's true.
Seattle, another city that's had issues, losing 400 fire and police workers.
I
Probably not
mean,
helpful.
okay, I gotta ask, what's worse, Chicago or Denver?
Pretty sure it's Chicago.
Hmm. I can remember watching a video of the Russian Badger, and they had a description of Chicago, murder, death capital of the world.
Yeah.
I like how they just call it Chiraki.
Yeah. Well, they send army medics and doctors to Chicago to train because there's nowhere else in America with that many bullet wounds.
I mean, at least it has a use. Kind of depressing, but at least they managed to make a use out of it.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. So, political mask theatre. Let's have a look at this, shall we?
Yeah.
So, as always, the left are doing dodgy things and complaining about their masks.
Nothing is surprising there, gotta admit.
Yeah.
See. No, god damn it, that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, didn't you, I seem to remember she, or someone like it, she, whatever, kept blame the fact that they had ADHD or autism that they were fat.
I think so. I think so.
Hmm. You hear that, Bezek? You have no reason to be blamed for any of your choices.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A strange thing, isn't it?
Indeed. I like how they go around on one side or the other. It's like, oh, look, these are evil, cruel, horrible. And the other was like, oh, these are noble, wonderful people. Hypocrites.
Yeah. Uh, and just the constant virtue signaling. Like, those masks do jack shit.
Was that the coof?
No. I think that's just me being dodgy and.
Do you have a car? Because you have to watch out now. Ugh. I mean, at least we don't have this much virtue signaling bullshit in Norway. But I swear to God, if this shit starts happening here, I'm leaving.
Yeah. Honestly. You know what a country is? About the only sane places left on in the northern hemisphere on that side.
Yep. I mean, even Sweden is more based at this point. That's kind of disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, how fucked up do you need to be to make Sweden sound based?
I have no idea how that is even physically
Yeah.
possible, but there you go. It's fucking happened.
So, of course, 5 days after a refugee murdered Conservative MP, Zara Sultana. Oh, refugees are welcome here. Hmm.
How long? And how many will she take into her home?
Yes, how many will she let into her house?
I guess it's a big fat zero.
Tell you what, we'll let in as many refugees as they like, as long as they are housed in the same house as members of the Labour Party.
I'm okay with that. Seems like a fair trade. Any English people here who disagrees? Man, I wish Discordia was here to give us The British view. Or is anyone else here who's British? I don't remember.
I'm not sure of who we've got that's in the old England.
Together with the refugees.
Ah, here we go. From Diana Johnson MP. It's so sad that this has become a party political issue with the stock photo showing the dividing lines. This is simply a public health issue, and with the high rates of COVID-19, wearing masks in a confined space is a very sensible precaution. No. There is no evidence whatsoever that the masks are effective. And what little evidence there is, or at least they claim there is, faulty studies and blatant lies. And I've got an interesting article about that coming up later.
Mm-hmm.
50, and of course, someone complaining 50,000 COVID cases yesterday, 10,000 children infected every single day. How many died?
Oh, well, don't you see that so many died that we don't dare show the info? Purely for your benefit.
Of course, yes. Don't want to cause a panic now, do we?
No, of course not. That'd be wrong.
Mm-hmm. So, meanwhile, looking at healthcare in the UK, daily patients admitted to hospital, less than 1,000 every day. And that's not... And again, they're lying about that. We know they're lying about that because a study came out that something like 30 or 40% of the people hospitalized with COVID caught it in hospital. Let me see if I can get that data up.
I heard horror stories of the NHS from certain English people and British people. One thing is certain, that crock of shit needs to fall. If there's any sort of justice in this world, this whole COVID thing just destroys the British NHS. Because that institution doesn't deserve to exist.
Yeah, I can't... Unfortunately, Google's just full of bullshit. But let me see if I can find a reference somewhere. Because the numbers that they have, they're just lying about.
Nothing new there.
Yeah. Just trying to find the article. So, okay, here we go. Okay, so it's Ireland, and let me just bring the data up. So, approximately 40% of hospital cases caught COVID in hospital. So when you're getting information like this, where they're saying like, what's the latest one we've got here? 1,065 patients admitted to hospital. Okay, so immediately we can disregard 40% of those. So 600 admitted to hospital already having COVID. Problem is, they don't clarify how many of that percentage were admitted for other reasons. And then out of the remaining percentage that were admitted with only COVID, they do not tell you about the comorbidities and they do not tell you the age.
Nope. Because the graphs, dude. We gotta think of the graphs.
Yep. And you'll notice that there is no breakdown here whatsoever by age.
Oh, because that would ruin the graph. The holy graph of the holy NHS.
Now, I believe that Australia actually gives us this information, so let me see if I can get it up. We'll have a look-see, shall we?
Wonderful.
Hospitalizations we're interested in. If they'll give it to us. No, they're breaking it down by state. Oh. Well, this is an interesting graph. Cases in aged care services.
Okay.
Let's see. 774 deaths in Australia in aged care facilities. So 774 people who were so old and infirm that they
can't take care of themselves.
Yep. Now then, let's have a look at the deaths.
The Shindaroos.
Yeah. So, I'm just trying to get up the death count because they don't want to give it to us.
So they're not gonna ex-con give it to you?
No, they're not. Right, bring this over. Good old Google. 1,448 deaths that they claim.
Hey. But that's their claim. What's
yes,
the truth?
And we know they're lying. There are not that many deaths from it, and I'll get to why that's bullshit later. So.
But wait, it gets worse.
Yep. Let's go back to this. 774 deaths in aged care facilities. Oh, what was that total? 1,444? That's really convenient. So, half of all deaths from COVID in Australia were people in aged care.
Well, that doesn't prove anything, right, Bezek? Because
no,
the chart doesn't
not
lie.
at fucking all.
No, of course not. God damn it. It is funny how much bullshit the Australian people are willing to swallow.
Yep. It's just blatant fucking lies. So literally half of all deaths in Australia are people who were in an aged care facility. The people who were so old and / or infirm that they could not survive on their own.
Also, those people actually have problems with their lungs from before.
Yeah. And how many people died under the age of 20? They claim 2. Both those are bullshit. The male, we know, died of meningitis. The female, we'll get to her because I've got her details up here somewhere.
Wait now. And I agree with Tarn Devereaux, if I said it right. I'm disgusted by how badly manipulated these statistics are.
I believe Devereaux is French, so the X is silent.
Oh. Hon, baguettes.
Indeed.
I just had to. Oh, we have a Frenchie in our group. Lovely.
Yes. Where the hell?
Public enemy number 1.
That. I'm not sure. I don't think I can find that particular article.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that thumbnail there.
Oh no, they're all awful. We'll get to them later. But I think it's buried in one of the articles. Oh, they're not French. Yeah, but the word's French. I didn't mean to imply you were. I wouldn't insult
Oh,
a man like that.
I made the assumption though, so yes, I made the implication. Where are you from then, if you wanna give us your country of origin?
My first guess would be Canada. The second guess would be somewhere else in one of the Frenchy parts of America, which there are some of.
Maybe. If things get much worse, we might have to. Oh,
If things get much
UK.
worse, we might hit the bottom end of the lowest confidence interval of Sage's most optimistic scenario. So Sage is useless. That's the strategic advisory group of something, I think.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
He's a UK man. Okay.
yeah. So they're completely fucking wrong. Ah, UK.
Mhm.
Ugh. But I'm thinking of Louisiana, says Student History. Thank you. Yes, Louisiana is the place I was thinking of. So, some absolute sociopath responds going, that's the problem, you think 10,000 avoidable deaths by Christmas is acceptable. And then someone sane comes back saying 20,000 people die of flu every winter. Don't remember you kicking up a fuss before.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. And then other people, like, you'll find that outside of COVID, where a lot of people are completely comfortable with the idea that all people died during winter, and someone else says, not comfortable, but understanding of that is how it is. Yeah. Not anything to do with his real name. Fair enough. And very smart.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like TF Allspark has anything to do with my name.
No, not at all. He says to the guy who knows his real
And now you partial dox me, you son of a.
name. Dear. Yeah. But yeah, the hypocrites are back at the Labour Party conference. Not a single mask in sight. But they're special because they're vaccinated. But they can't prove that because no one checked for their vaccine status.
So we just have to believe them in what they say, and Labour never lies.
No, Labour would never lie. Right, where is my super fancy study? God damn it, I can't find it. Okay, never mind. And of course, Jonathan Reynolds, the one that was on there carrying on, totally wearing his mask here and here.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And here.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta say, I love how his mask is designed to just look like a regular ass face.
Yep. And look at all the other people wearing their masks.
Man, that's a good trend. That's a
Oh,
good mask
yeah.
design.
Yeah, it's amazing how you can't see any sign of the mask whatsoever.
Yeah, it looks as if they're actually not wearing anything. There's no thread, there's no actual filament. Man, the guy who designed those
What was
masks
that? Did
must...
someone say something about an emperor? No, none of that here.
No, of course not. The Emperor's clothes were real, by the way.
The emperor is definitely wearing clothes.
Yes.
He is definitely wearing a mask.
Yes, because anything else would be heresy now, wouldn't it? And it's totally not a stunt for the plebs.
Indeed. And yep, as always, not a single mask in sight. Not for Kay Burley, that's for sure. And of course,
Did one of these people get called out at a news at an interview? Just write down called out, and he just collapsed on it.
yes, that was this guy. Jonathan Reynolds. He was the one that was called out. If you're gonna lie, mate, be a bit smarter. And of course, here's Sadiq Khan out partying without his masks.
Maybe he has the same design.
Yeah, must be. Super expensive one that only the rich elites can.
Yeah. Invisible filters.
Indeed. So, moving straight into the rest of it, we'll start looking at my collection of articles from the week. And then, once we're done with that, we'll have a look at Prime Night's hopefully slightly more interesting articles,
I'm okay with that.
which I believe are mostly just funny things.
We need some funny things.
Yeah. Right, so here's one of the ones I want to look at. So remember how we saw that there was one boy and one girl in in their teenage years that allegedly died of COVID, and we can straight up disregard the boy because he obviously died of meningitis. The 15-year-old
Yes.
year had a number of conditions.
Oh, and of course she only died of those conditions because of COVID, right?
Right,
Only
totally.
because of it. Yes. Nothing else.
Indeed.
The media will never lie, said the greatest idiot ever.
Yeah. And of course, Victoria, as of the October the 19th, 89.2% on their first dose, 69.3% on their second dose.
Nice.
Interestingly, if you got a Johnson & Johnson dose, you need to get a second one. Protection fell from 88% to just 3% in 6 months, study finds. So the FDA Advisory Committee has unanimously voted on Friday to recommend the COVID booster shots to all adults after 2 months.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go on and say fuck that noise.
No, you can't say that. YouTube might get upset.
I mean, I wish I could have taken it, but unfortunately, I live in the boonies and cannot reach it.
Mm. So, meanwhile, in the tyrannical prison of Australia, South Australia has commenced their Vax Check pilot to integrate COVID-19 digital certificates into the MySA government app. Just what you needed.
Papieren bitte?
Yeah, as Tan Devereaux says, well, everyone knows that only COVID kills, all other illnesses are on holiday. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only reason why I survived the flu.
So, guess what the cops in Victoria are doing? Well, they are doing spot checks to see if you've actually got a coffee in your cup. Actually checking if you've got coffee in your cup so you can have your mask off. Because that doesn't make you look insane.
You know, I've been joking a lot about the whole, oh, hey, authoritarian, ha ha ha, they're getting like the Stasi. Can Australia stop making my jokes a reality? They're not even
Indeed.
funny.
Indeed. So, this crazy bitch is the premier of my unlucky state. And several fucking times a day, she's like, everyone needs to get vaccinated before we open up. Shut up, bitch.
She looks like a half-bloated raisin.
Yeah. So, yeah. She says people have 12 days to get vaccinated to be fully protected before borders reopen to vaccinate people from interstate hotspots on December 17th. Ooh. Queensland will allow fully vaccinated people into Queensland without quarantining from that date or when the state hits 80% full vaccination of those aged over 16, as long as they've had a negative COVID test within the previous 72 hours. Hold on. What do they need the COVID test for? They're vaccinated. They can't have COVID, right? Right?
So you thought, but COVID has evolved while it didn't look.
Yeah. So, stupid bitch says, now that's a problem. It's a big problem because the virus will come in and the virus will search out for those people who are unvaccinated. No, the virus is nothing like you.
The virus will gain sentience and come gunning for you. Like a Wendigo spirit.
Yeah. So, She said the stupid bitch says that once 8% of eligible Queenslanders are fully vaccinated, the requirement to wear masks will not be needed. But if there's an outbreak in an area, there may be restrictions put on that area if they've not got that 80%. So they'll be punished for not complying.
Oh yeah, because nothing says free nation as.
Meanwhile, the state, only 56.9% of the state are fully vaccinated. So we're going to be suffering with this bullshit for a long fucking time.
I mean, could be lucky and suddenly there'll be a traffic accident.
Oh, God, if only.
In Minecraft,
in
YouTube,
Victoria,
in Minecraft.
Unvaccinated Victorians won't get the same freedoms as fully vaxxed residents until well into 2022, the sociopath Daniel Andrews has said.
I hate it.
He's
I hate
absolutely
it with a passion.
insane. Absolutely fucking insane. Instead, he flagged a ban on the unvaccinated in pubs, work, and other venues could last until at least April. I cannot put a date on it, but I can tell you that will not be when we reach 9%, he told reporters. So, even when the state reaches 9% double dosed, they still will not be fucking free. So, the sociopath then says, please do not play the game of let's just wait it out and then we will be able to do everything we want to do and we'll not have to get... We'll have not got jabbed. No, it will be a very long wait and you will not outwait this virus. Listen, you fucking nutter. No one's trying to outweigh the virus. They're trying to outweigh you. They're trying to outweigh the fucking tyranny.
I'm having a bad feeling about the time you guys have to wait.
Like, fuck me dead. They're going, at the rate Australia's going, there are people going to be fucking 18-year-olds soon who will never have lived life without a mask.
I feel sorry for those people.
As Discordy says, as soon as people get double jabbed, it'll be triple jabbed. The goalposts will never remain still. Absolutely. And here's another tweet from the sociopath from yesterday as they freed people. You know, just got rid, which basically means they got rid of the curfew.
For how long? 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes. As my kids say, there's a big vibe today. You can feel the optimism. You can sense the pride in what's been achieved. And after everything it's taken to get here, we absolutely deserve to feel that way. Absolute fucking nut job.
I mean, I would laugh, but this is just too fucked.
Yep, like this asshole is literally going to end up strapping people down and vaccinating them.
If he could, he would.
Yep, and she's gonna fucking try to.
God damn it.
But hey, it's not like they just waved through extensions to their emergency laws without a vote while laughing. Oh, wait! The UK did just that.
You know, I did make a reference to the Dark Crystal and the goddamn Skeksis, and the Skeksis seem like reasonable creatures in comparison to these retards.
Yeah. Duffy B says, will there be a down under railroad to bring Aussies to freedom? God, I hope so. Student of History says something, something, Tree of Liberty, something, something, blood, Tyranta, Patriota.
You can borrow my couch if you ever feel like it. I also have a reclining chair in case someone else decides to take the freedom route.
Okay, if Cooper can make it to Queensland, we're going to steal a boat and then sail to Norway.
I'll pick it up from our ship.
And Discordia says, fortunately, every time they move the goalpost, more of the population says, fuck it. Yep, every time.
You know, in Norway now, we've just gotten to the point where, oh, COVID, that's gone, that's over, and we're not given a single flying fuck anymore.
Yep.
We are back in 2019, baby.
Yeah. So, Trim, you know how I've been predicting that someone is going to be murdered over COVID by the end of the year?
Don't tell me it's happened.
Not quite.
Oh,
but it's getting close. Where the fuck is that? Here we go. Check out this newspaper article from from the biggest paper in Queensland. Public enemy number one. Unvaxxed Uber driver puts state on COVID alert. Allegedly crossed
That guy's
border with...
gonna die within a fucking week.
Yeah. Allegedly crossed border without pass. Hasn't used check-in app since September. Left hospital despite medical advice not to.
Oh my god.
Yep. What a cuck. He's used the check-in app. Loser.
Oh, don't be like... You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. Don't be like Duran. Scan code to get vaxxed. It's gotta be a
Don't be
no
like
from
the
me, dog.
Juden. Don't be like the Juden.
Yes.
Be a proper citizen of Australia.
Yes. So, he went on a trip to Melbourne and did not enter quarantine in Queensland on return. Woo! And he's so sick, contact tracers are having difficulty talking to him. Yeah. Right. He's probably just going, fuck you, I ain't telling you shit.
Oh my god, they're literally painting bullseyes on his back.
He literally.
The fuck is wrong with these people?
Yep, as Student University says, a lot of people are gonna blame him and not the authoritarian assholes forcing this shit on them. Yep. Time Devereaux says he went against science and is a misogynist. Just look at that shirt. Yep.
Oh boy. I mean, you keep saying that 1984 isn't a how-to manual, but it does seem like Australia really just decided this is the best how-to manual ever.
Yep. And of course, they're launching a vaccine blitz.
A vaccine blitz.
Discordia says both. That's it. She's paddling to Norway. You're gonna need a bigger flat, mate.
I have a recliner and I have a sofa, so I'll just buy something else as well.
Look, if need be, I'll curl up in a fucking corner.
I got room for 3.
Yeah.
Just come on over.
Yeah. Discordia also says apparently there was talks of door-to-door vax in Scotland. If someone shows up at my door with a needle in hand, well, I'm not going to finish that one, but you know exactly where it's going to go.
I'm just gonna say I agree.
Yes. I imagine there will be several suggestions and assistance with where that needle can go.
Usually up the rectum.
Yep. So I found those articles. You know those masks that the Labour Party are wanking off about?
Yeah?
Well, turns out it's crap. A Victorian study claiming mandatory masks stops second wave shredded by experts. World first Australian study into face masks has been ripped to shreds as very, very low quality, with questions over how it was even published. A world first Australian study, which Victoria's government has held up as proof its mandatory face mask policy worked, is riddled with basic errors and should never have been published in a major journal, medical researchers and experts say. Victoria first made face masks mandatory outside the home in Melbourne during its second coronavirus wave in July 2020, but the Department of Health and Human Services has been able to provide any scientific research or studies upon which the decision was made. Instead, they directed news.com.au to a paper published in July this year by the Burnhead Institute, an influential public health body which has come under fire in recent months for its alarmist predictions as justification for the mandate, which has resulted in thousands of dollars in fines for Victorians. The study claimed the mandatory face mask rule had turned the pandemic almost overnight. There has been a lot of low-quality research that's come out in the pandemic, but for this to be used as a basis for a policy change is staggering, said Dr. Cole Sheldrick, a medical researcher and PhD candidate at the University of New South Wales. Dr. Sheldrick was one of a group of independent scientists who recently highlighted major issues in a number of states held up by proponents of the ivermectin to treat COVID-19. To me, it's very clear this has not had a close peer review, partly because of the serious and substantive issues, but also it just clearly hasn't been proofread, he said. When I look at this particular piece of research, it is very low quality. I was staggered to see this was published by a major journal. Another researcher, an eminent Australian clinician and scientist who spoke on the condition of anonymity, was equally scathing. I agree, it's crap, he said. It's extremely lightweight. I think it's a totally feeble article. It doesn't have a rigorous methodology and it's weak in its scientific inference. Been around a long time. I teach how you do clear thinking. I teach how you do reproducible science. I'm a bit of a stickler for these things. Dr. Sheldrick said despite its obvious flaws, very few scientists would be willing to publicly call out the study. Not just in relation to this paper, but in general, I think there has been a reluctance to criticise research and to criticise public health interventions during the pandemic and to be seen as a wrecker, he said. Fortunately, there is a culture in science which sees criticising other researchers or research as something fundamentally bad that we should be presenting a united front to lay people. The study, published in the journal PLOS One, purported to show that mandating masks was the single most important control measure that turned an exponential increase in community transmission into an exponential decrease almost overnight, the Burnett Institute said in a July press release. The key finding from this study is that masks work, one co-author was quoted as saying. Whilst we are confident that masks are highly effective indoors, we don't know how much more effective they are indoors compared to outdoors, importantly given the growing evidence of outdoor transmission of the Delta variant, which makes sense that masks are worn both indoors and outdoors during COVID-19 outbreak. No, they're not effective outdoors, because they're not effective indoors, you fucking idiots.
They're not effective at all.
The paper's competing interest statement notes that 5 of the 12 authors provide guidance to the Victorian government's COVID-19 response. So, the Burnett Institute described the study as leading. In the paper, the authors themselves note that international bodies such as the World Health Organization and CDC have recommended face masks, but that despite these recommendations, there's limited data from communities saying supporting mask use. Yeah, no shit. Experts have previously said there's little evidence face masks prevent outdoor transmission. Yes, because if they worked indoors, they'd work even better outdoors because people are further apart.
One would think so. If one used logic. But logic is evil, and we should avoid it.
One of the largest real-world studies, a randomized controlled trial of nearly 5,000 Danish people, found virtually no difference in COVID-19 infection rates when people wore masks outside the home. Based.
Well, I'm shocked.
The data set is useless. The Burnett Institute study relied on images from the photo library of the Age newspaper, showing Melbourne community settings to conclude that mask usage rose from 43% to 97% after the July 22 mandate came into effect. No shit! When you threaten people with several $100,000 of fines, they're going to do the thing.
Oh, God.
But
fucking damn it.
The fact that people wore masks more is what they used to conclude that the masks worked. They draw no connection whatsoever between the masks and the disease. All they've proven is that when you impose authoritarian dictates, most people will comply. Congratulations. You've proved that laws stop people from doing the thing.
Who knew? What a surprising goddamn thing. I never expected this to be real. Wow, my mind is fucking blown.
Yeah. So, wait until you hear how fucking stupid it actually gets. So, Dr. Sheldrick said it was hard to think of a worse methodology to answer this question than just looking at which photos are collected by a metropolitan newspaper. Even ignoring the fact that the photos were taken for an editorial purpose, but this is not a random sample. When you look at the actual data in the Excel spreadsheet, it is stunning to me. The spreadsheet lists the date, time, and location of 44 photos. 19 taken before the announcement, 18 after. Mask rule came into effect, and 7 in between. Nearly all of the photos in the before group were taken between 2 PM and 4 PM, while nearly all of the photos in the after group were taken between 8 AM and 12 PM. Which means that the data set is useless. As a responsible researcher, I can't draw any conclusions from that. You could just as easily draw the conclusion that mask wearing is different in the morning and afternoon. If a student came to me and said, I'm going to compare these two sets of photos and draw some conclusion about whether a policy worked, you'd send them away to think about that. The second expert agreed. If a student presented the photographic data, it would be ridiculed, he said.
Why isn't it ridiculed?
Less than 20 photos before and after, and they conclude that more people were wearing masks in the after photos, and somehow that had any bearing on the rate of COVID whatsoever.
I can't even laugh at this.
It's utterly ridiculous. The paper even admits that causality is difficult. Care should be taken in ascribing causality, they wrote. We can't determine whether masks had a direct effect or whether near universal adoption of masks reminded whereas to engage in other behaviours recommended to reduce COVID transmission. No, you don't fucking say.
I am shooketh.
Yep, Dr. Sheldrick said it certainly seems like the authors were working backwards from a conclusion. The second expert agreed it was quite possible that was the case.
Wow, it's so obvious.
Yep. But guess what? Journalists pushed the mask rule. When former New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian made face masks mandatory outdoors for the first time in August this year, having previously resisted the move, at the time she acknowledged part of the reason was that it makes it easier for police to identify rule breakers. So not even about the virus.
It's all about control. It always is.
Yeah. Masks are still mandatory outside the home in Victoria for everyone over the age of 12 and will remain so until the state reaches 8% double dose vaccination. Yeah, and I'm sure then they'll only be mandatory for the unvaxxed. Meanwhile, Premier Daniel Andrews was fined $400 earlier this month after being caught out twice failing to wear a mask outdoors.
These people can't even do it properly at all.
Yes, Jim, I know it's hard to believe, but the government doctors did start with the conclusion that masks worked and found it made up evidence to support them. Speaking of evidence and masks, Sydney Morning Herald, April 27th, 2003. Fast mask, it's safe for only 20 minutes. Retailers who cash in on community fears about SARS by exaggerating the health benefits of surgical masks could face fines of up to $110,000. Funny how that's fucking changed.
Where is that rule now?
Completely
all the money wasted on fucking masks.
Completely thrown out in favour of making shit up.
Bring that point out now to people. It's like, it only lasts 10 minutes. It's like, then you should buy more masks. Fuck off.
Yeah. Health authorities have warned that surgical masks may not be an effective protection against the virus. Those masks are only effective so long as they are dry. Debatable. As soon as they become saturated with the moisture in your breath, they stop doing their job and pass on the droplets. Could take as little as 15 or 20 minutes, after which the mask would need to be changed.
Oh, Lord.
Meanwhile, some people who'd arrived home from a 2-week holiday in China had worn the masks during the trip home. Even though they warned they were of little value. We were told you need 16 layers on your mask for it to offer 95% affection. Billy Blogs asked Bezic, have you ever tried taking a puff on a vape and exhaling while wearing a mask? No, don't vape. Don't like to wear masks either. But I'm willing to bet that you fucking well can until the mask gets saturated and everything goes to shit. I
give it a 50-50 chance. It is fucking retarded.
Meanwhile, a school board member physically attacked a parent at a school board meeting after the parent raised concerns over the mask mandate.
What? A school board member physically attacked a parent at a... You're kidding me.
Billy Blogs agreed, but we can't talk about that. So I must disavow.
I won't. I won't read it out, but I won't disavow it because fuck it at this point.
Yeah, so, meanwhile,
I like Duffy B's plan though. I plan on wearing enough masks to become immortal.
Yes, student. People are absolutely insane.
Hmm.
So let's play this one. Fuck it, let's play this one.
I'm gonna turn on the sound.
Okay, hopefully it should work. Let me know if anything goes fucky. Fuck it. Right, let's
You gotta
play.
turn it on.
Tonight at 6
There we go.
o'clock, another Indiana school board meeting turned hostile over one of these mask mandates. This one taking place at Shenandoah schools in Henry County. Tonight, our Rich Nye shows us what happened there and when name calling caused a school board member to go after a parent in the crowd.
A Shenandoah parent gave a short presentation about oxygen levels for kids wearing masks that turned into an argument with a school board member. The father, seated with his back to us in this video, called Assistant Secretary Alan Troxell an idiot.
What? What'd you say? Alan. You call me an idiot? Alan, do not do that. What? I'm tired of that stupid.
A school resource officer restrained Troxell and made the parent leave the meeting. Troxell stayed, but his tirade continued.
Well done.
Not gonna sit here and be called an idiot by some dumb.
I tried but could not contact the school board
What an
member
absolute
Tuesday.
hit.
The
That guy's
superintendent
definitely an
says
idiot.
action will be taken.
Many wrongs, and one that we will take care of. He will definitely receive something from our school board president. But the bottom line is the school board member knows that his actions were not representative of membership and representing Shenandoah schools.
The parent, Jason Greer, is asking for the immediate resignation of the school board member, Alan Troxell. And if that doesn't happen, Greer says he'll seek legal counsel. Greer's wife is the woman at the podium who also spoke against the mask mandate.
People say, go to the meetings, show your support and let your voices be heard. And then you get there and you're almost attacked by a board member and you're ridiculed and mocked and they laugh under their breath. It's not a way that it should be handled.
The meeting continued and the school board extended the mask mandate through January 10th.
Jesus Christ, so extended through January 10th. Duffy B says, well, Troxell, you're not an idiot, you're a massive ignorant piece of shit. Based.
Yeah, I mean, at least he's not an idiot, but he can be both, in my opinion, and he fucking is.
Yeah. Yes, Billy Blogs, wet masks are even less effective. Because the idea is that because it's droplet based, the mask should stop it because the mask itself absorbs the moisture and traps it. Problem is, once you reach saturation point, it's not doing that. At best, stop spill. Yeah, at best. Like, remember, people in Victoria weren't allowed to take their masks off to drink alcohol. So, what they do, they drank the alcohol through the fucking mask, because turns out the bloody mask doesn't stop liquid.
Of course. God damn these fucking masks and all this bullcrap.
Yep.
I'm so glad we're done with that shit right now.
Indeed. So, speaking of complete and utter bullshit that people have done to murder innocent people for their cult, large remdesivir study finds no COVID-19 survival benefit.
What?
Yep. Even better. The percentages were close. 12.2% of patients in the remdesivir group died within 30 days compared to 10.6% of those in the control group. Oops. At the same time, the study showed that the drug led to more days in the hospital.
I mean, for science, I suppose.
Yeah. Student of history says, to quote the base Florida man himself, how the hell am I supposed to drink a beer with a mask on? Quite fucking easily, because at best it will filter out any fucking rat droppings that have fallen into it in the back room. At best. So yes, not only does this...
decent filter.
Yep. Well, I won't call it decent, but might keep the rat droppings out.
I'm trying to be optimistic here.
Yeah.
But also, there's one way to solve this with determination.
Yeah, Billy Blogs, maybe the masks reduce the droplets of spit, and if you are sick, e.g. coughing and sneezing, they might be of some benefit, mostly useless though. Yeah, exactly, and that's kind of what they used to do in the Asian countries. It's like, I've got to go out anyway, might as well throw it on, just to make it be slightly less dodgy.
You know, had Second been here now, he would made a lot of Fauci drop the references.
Yeah.
The droplets. Ugh.
Yeah.
This is stupid on so many levels.
Mm-hmm.
And people are falling for this and accepting this. That's the worst part.
Yeah. So yeah, longer hospital stays and no evidence that it helps at all.
I mean, joy, I suppose. At least we'll surely fix overpopulation.
Oh, clearly. So, what do you think people would be willing to give up in order to not get a COVID-19 vax?
Their limbs and their human rights, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yep. How about the Pope's Swiss guards designing over mandatory COVID-19 vaccination?
Okay, I love that.
3 Swiss guards have resigned and 3 others have been suspended after refusing to comply with the vaccine mandate.
Chad. Approved. Chad Swiss.
Yeah.
Like this is what makes me happy these days.
Absolutely. Oh. Apparently, also, the Italian government has also passed a decree applying to both private and public sector ordering companies to withhold pay from workers who refuse to take the vaccine.
Decree.
Jesus Christ.
They actually use the word decree.
Yeah.
Like feudal fucking lords. Jesus Christ.
Indeed. So, what else can happen to you? Well, if you're Canadian, you won't get employment insurance if you lose your job because of your vax status. Says another crazy cunt who looks like she's been dead for 10 years and dug up.
I mean, she might be one of Biden's newest lich-ettes.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, he needs to get some followers because his corpse is rotting away.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I sound a bit spiteful? Pardon.
Yeah. But you know what else? How about if you want to get a driver's license? Can't do that if you're not vaccinated. So you need to be vaxxed or show proof of a negative COVID-19 test. It's fucking ludicrous. Absolutely fucking ludicrous.
I live in Norway.
Indeed, you lucky bastard. But you can't escape this insanity in England either. Get COVID jab or restrictions more likely, Sajid Javid says. Javid's got to go too. There's one for Discordia if she's still in the chat. What do you think of this idea? Sajid Javid said the government would not be bringing in its Plan B measures, which included mandatory face masks and working for home, blah, 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 blah. But he warned cases could rise to 100,000 a day. Ooh. And NHS leaders have said some restrictions must immediately be reintroduced if England is to avoid stumbling into a winter crisis. Oh, no. Mr. Javid, Jesus Christ. Mr. Java told a Downing Street news conference, if not enough people get their booster jabs, if not enough of those people that are eligible for the original offer, if they don't come forward, if people don't wear masks when they really should in a really crowded place with lots of people that they don't normally hang out with, if they're not washing their hands and stuff, it's going to hit us all, blah, 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 blah.
You know, people say that, oh, if you don't take the vaccine, you won't be able to travel. Even if I take the vaccine, I won't be able to travel at this point.
Yeah. So yeah, you can get your boosters. You can get them for the moment. We'll see how long until you must get them. So where's the quote from the sick bastard? But yes, people should take out their offer of a jab or risk restrictions being reimposed. So they might reimpose restrictions if not enough people have obeyed the rules.
I mean, it's completely optional. It's just that if you don't choose the option we want to, we're going to make life a living hell for you.
Indeed. So, let's have a look at how effective lockdowns are. Where is the pissing chart? Oh, none of these are the chart I want, goddammit.
Got vaccinated to protect yourself.
Yeah, that's not what I was after, but that's just one of the insane ads in the newspaper. Right, world record idea, lockdowns toll. So let's have a look at the critical numbers. Australian population, 25 million. Positive test results, 145,000. Death rate as percentage of positive tests, 0.69%. Death rate as percentage of the population, 0.006%. Chance of not dying of COVID-19, 99.994%.
That what? Repeat that, please.
Chance of survival, 99.994%.
You're essentially never gonna die from this fucking disease.
Yep. Number of days under stay-at-home orders. Melbourne, 263. Buenos Aires, 245. So, 1 billion Victorian economic hit each week of lockdown. $31.78 billion paid to Victorian businesses in JobKeeper and COVID disaster payments. 160 plus Victorian businesses have gone bust every month since the pandemic began. $290 days hospitality restricted to takeaway only, and 192 days retail stores closed. 125 days with a curfew in place. 456 days of masks indoors, including supermarkets. 250 days of masks outdoors. 297 days of visitors at homes banned. 140 days outdoor playgrounds closed.
What is this, Nazi Germany?
No, the Germans weren't this effective.
Oh shit.
Total deaths. Western Australia, 9. South Australia, 4. Northern Territory, 0. Queensland, 7.
There's not even 20 people.
New South Wales, 542. ACT, 11. Victoria, 993. Tasmania, 13. You could have given the families of every person that died $1 million each, and it would have cost us less fucking money. You could have given every immediate member of their family $1 million, and it would have been fucking cheaper. And yeah, these are some of the ads on why you need to get vaccinated to protect yourself. So now they're targeting the Aboriginal community.
Oh, that's going to be popular.
Those lying fucking shits! Australia has 3 COVID-19 vaccines approved for use by the TGA. Community, Pfizer. No, it's fucking not. We don't have any... That vaccine doesn't exist, you shits. Jesus fucking Christ!
I would ask if this was a joke, but
It's
not
really
even
not.
jokes can be this cruel.
Fuck me, dead.
That does sound like a better state right at the moment.
Imagine being that fucking stupid. That's just a blatant fucking lie.
And they get away with it too.
Yep.
There's no Scooby-Doo to tear off this mask.
Nope. Oh, what's under the mask? Oh, it's the New World Order. Whoops.
Fucking ugh. At least the Nazis had the Hugo Boss uniforms, you know? They looked snappy. These guys just look pathetic.
Oh, it's insane. Absolutely fucking insane. Right, let's see if we can find something better to look at for a bit. Billy Blog says they don't really care about preventing people getting seriously ill and dying from COVID because they actively restrict access to therapeutics that are cheap and effective. Biden even restricted Florida from getting that other treatment thing that's apparently really effective.
Yes. Because it's evil, apparently. Don't you know?
And other red states access to monoclonal antibody treatment. That's the one. Alright, let's see. Let's have a look at some good news, if we can. If they'll fucking let us. Well, how about Justice Smollett's going to trial?
Wait, what?
Yep. Justice Smollett trial date set after judge denies dismissal request. So he will face trial over his hate crime hoax beginning in late November, after a Chicago judge on Friday denied his lawyer's Hail Mary pass at getting the case dismissed.
This makes me happy, at least.
Indeed.
10 out of 10. At last! Some crap that finally comes to bite someone else in the ass.
Yep. Jury selection will begin on November 29th.
That's not far from it.
Indeed, will be very interesting to see how that goes.
Looking forward to it. Ugh.
How about something a bit more funny? How about the Vienna Museum opening adult OnlyFans account to display their nudes?
What?
Yeah. The Albertina Museum had its new TikTok account was suspended in July for showing works of the Japanese photographer Nobuyoshi Araki that showed an obscured female breast. So eventually they gave up and just went, fuck it, we'll create an OnlyFans. Vienna Museum's launch OnlyFans account to show explicit artworks. Apparently it's not just one museum.
They're opening an OnlyFans to display artistic hentai.
No, not artistic hentai, actual art.
Is there a difference? What?
Theoretically.
Oh man. Okay, that was actually fun.
Yeah, that is funny.
Oh man. Good times.
Student History says OnlyFans to change the traditions. Yeah, that'd be nice. Because that was what OnlyFans was supposed to originally be for. Like...
Yeah, showing off art and stuff?
Yeah, showing of art, which may or may not include nude art.
It's good. Good that they do that. Probably they'll get rid of the thoughts too. I mean, I doubt it, but we're allowed to hope. On a side note, these tangents of in order to not lose my mind of these previous topics, I've been doing line art. I'm a third way done.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Is there any other good news?
Here's a funny one. Shares of Trump Link SPAC close up 350% following news of social media deal.
I should get in on that action then.
Soared 356.8% to close at $35.54 per share. Damn!
Oh, keep on winning.
Can you
dude.
imagine if you'd got in when it was apparently like $1 a pop?
That would have been beautiful. I don't even know why I didn't do it back then.
God damn it. Another thing I could have got in on.
Yeah, I'm just happy that it works.
Yeah.
The sooner that the Zuckerberg and the fucking idiots in Silicon Valley get some challenges, the time it'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got another one that's worth looking at. Russian boxer killed a bear with a knife.
What?
Russian boxer Ilya Medvedev, 23, is in intensive care following a dramatic encounter with a bear in the Chuman region, Russia, while fishing. The bear killed one of his friends, who fought the animal to the death in a winning fight. Two men, including him, were attacked by a bear while they were fishing. The animal first killed his mate, who died on the spot. Medvedev fired his gun several times at the animal, but the wounded bear gave no fucks. Continued to approach and knocked the weapon over his hand. In desperation, the wounded boxer pounced on the bear with a knife and managed to kill it. The end of the terrifying fight was that's fucking badass.
That is hardcore as fuck.
Yeah. The end of the terrifying fight was witnessed by the third fisherman, Denis Chebota, who came to the rescue and was alerted by the shouts of his colleagues as he was tackling the fishing boat on the riverbank. Chebota dragged his seriously injured colleague onto the boat and took him to hospital. Medvedev, the winner of the 2019 Russian Armed Forces Boxing Championships, was put into a pharmacological coma, but doctors say his life is no longer in danger. That explains a lot. Badass Russian soldier.
You can't get more Russian than this.
We need to change his name to Chadyadev.
Yeah. Chadyadev, the destroyer of bears.
Ilya Bear Killer.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm sorry for his friend, but god damn, he avenged him at least.
Yeah. Fucking oath, the bear didn't get away with that shit.
Oh? I hope he skins the fucking thing.
God, that'd be hilarious. But if his mates don't call him the Bear Killer...
Next week, you kill giant moose with only hands.
Yeah. Imagine literally knife fighting a bear to death, says student history.
That is the fucking coolest thing ever. I thought that was only possible in, like, video games, but oh, here we are.
Yeah.
You only have to be a fucking Russian dad. You take a knife into a bear fight and you fucking win.
Yep. Though, to be fair, he had shot it several times, but still, that's fucking badass.
But even if the bear had, like, only one... If the bear had missed one of its forepaws, it still would have technically been all it needed to kill the guy.
Well, it could have killed him by sitting on him, I'm sure.
A bear can hit you with only half a swing.
Yeah.
Those things are made out of muscle.
Yeah, like several hundred kilos, if not a ton of pissed off, furry, clawy death.
And this guy's just like, you killed friend, I kill you. Yeah, friend. I love Russians.
In Soviet Russia, man kill bear with bear hunts. I'm not sure where that accent went in the last bit, but
maybe we've went to Transylvania.
Yes.
Oh man,
Uh,
this is legendary. This is legendary.
absolute fucking Chad.
He needs Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Speaking of absolute Chads, 5 sick hikers use their turbans to rescue 2 men trapped in waterfall.
Oh? Okay, that's hardcore.
Yeah, that's fucking. That's sick ass. I had
Now
to.
actually I can now actually now I actually kind of agree to turbans.
Well,
Good.
the Sikhs are pretty chill about it. Like, basically, their religion says you can do whatever the fuck you want to save a life.
Yep. And they just like, hey guys, we got turban. Let us help these people. I cannot
Yeah,
make that accent, but anyway, these people, Chads too.
yeah, absolute charge. But
So we
yeah,
go from Russian guy avenging his friend against a bear in a knife fight, and Sikhs just using their turbans to save lives.
yep, 2 men
This is
had
a
fallen
fan.
into the falls, so the Sikhs couldn't find help, so they took their turbans off and made a rope out of them to build a 10-meter rope to pull the men back up.
Ooh, this is just beautiful. Put the White Pill stories in live show. Prime Night ask where.
Yeah,
My God, this is just fucking awesome.
yep. Oh shit, we've got video.
Oh yes. I'm turning on sound.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
This is gonna be so cool.
In all 7 pixels, but it's gonna be cool.
Worth it.
As the fast-moving water rushed by his ankles, the stranded hiker clung to the rock face near Lower Falls in Golden Ears Provincial Park. Thankfully, a group of hikers spotted him and jumped into action. With no time to spare, the 5 young men did something incredible and life-saving.
5 young males happened by and constructed a makeshift rope out of some clothes and all their turbans.
Moments later, the man pulled himself to safety.
So
Last year, a similar rescue took place in northeast Calgary after
Yep, 30-foot of rope. So their turbans must be like 2 meters fucking long.
right? And they didn't only use the turbans, they used the clothes too.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah, so much for the bystander effect in these parts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these are the people who are religiously required to carry knives to fight off Islam.
Chat approved. Wait, is that Islamophobic? Ah, okay.
Who cares?
They did the right thing, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, the Sikhs in general are pretty cool. They're welcome in most places in the world that like nice people.
More people should be like those kind of guys.
Yeah. They do have a spirit of charity. They do a lot of feeding the poor and stuff, which is pretty based.
Yeah. A turban is quite substantial.
Yeah, I imagine it's got to be shitloads long. Can you imagine how much of a pain in the ass it must be to wrap it?
I mean, I tried to. I think I tried to watch a YouTube video of making it, but where one guy tried to make it, but I kind of got bored.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now I feel like just watching it just for the sake of just honoring that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that we end on these kind of white pills.
Yeah, it's nice to have white pills for a fucking change.
Yeah. Especially when they're like this heroic and badass.
Yeah. Like the last, what, 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks were just black belt, black belt, black belt.
Now we just get like the most heroic shit ever.
Yeah. Pretty fucking legendary.
It is.
Oh dear, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, each one of the turbines looks to be easily 2 meters long.
Yeah. I mean, they're really goddamn long and they gotta be strong too.
Well, I imagine they get some strength from the width, but yeah, probably made out of quite good material. I can't imagine that they'd skimp on the quality of their turbine.
No, if they are as important as I think I've heard, then that really isn't something they would really take easy.
No. But still, fucking legendary.
Yes. That's how it should be. That's how a man should be.
Indeed. Very manly.
Yep. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 based on red pilled.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh boy.
You
we've been
tied
going for
too?
2.5. Huh?
You tied too, huh?
Yeah. We've been going for 2.5 hours here, and the previous one was like, what, 1 hour?
Yeah, 1 hour of technical difficulties. Hey, yeah, Aaron. We're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
managed
managed to work around the technical difficulties.
Yeah. So we made a 2.0 and it apparently worked. I can't believe like 7, 8 people are watching us now. That's cool.
Yeah, on the second attempt.
Oh, that's a big ass fucking. That's a big ass turbine.
Yeah.
I'm looking in live shows.
Yeah, but that's a turbine, all right.
Your importance is inflated by the turbine. The larger turbine, the more significant you are.
Yeah, I mean, he does look like he's overcompensating, though.
Yeah.
Ah! Apparently, Saigon just brought the Lotus Eaters chaps dinner.
Really?
Yeah. Because Michael
done.
Manning's in chat gloating.
Congratulations, Michael. How is the keto food?
Time Deborah Rice says that's for when you need to rescue someone and you're on your own. Fair enough.
Or when you have to strangle a bear, I guess.
True. True. Sometimes you do need to kill a bear with a knife. Oh, Brazilian steakhouse, so it's all meat. Whoa, nice.
Okay, I approve of that one. That's lovely. I approve of that one.
Aaron asks, says they want to know, how do y'all think they've been doing my presentation on the Trinity Doctrine so far?
Yeah, he's the guy who talks about the... Oh,
The Trinity?
Yes. He was something with the... I saw it today, and he talked about the... Yeah, I'm getting tired and my brain
Yeah.
is fucking off right now.
I,
Sorry, but
you're doing well
I
for
like
only having
videos.
30 seconds.
Yes, you are. But don't take my iron carpet brain as anything
Yes.
else than me just being
And don't
slow.
pay any attention to me because that shit happens at 11 p.m. my time, so I'm always tired when it goes live.
And half an hour after, you just start a fucking live stream.
Yeah. Which explains why I'm always tired when we do it.
Yes, it does. Fuck the sleeping schedule.
Fucking oath, mate. Alrighty.
Ferguson challenged McGregor? Who's Ferguson?
I assume some boxer. It's just on the same page of the Russian boxer, some boxing page.
Shadev. I
Yeah.
prefer him. I mean, what kind of knife did he
Yeah,
use? I mean,
how many people can say that they've killed a bear with a knife?
what's the fucking grandfather stories you gotta come up with here?
Yep.
When I was young, I killed a bear with my own knife. Here is the knife. It shows off this tiny box cutter.
Well, yeah. He's fucking lucky he had the knife.
Though, to be honest, I guess he could kill the bear with his own claws too. Wouldn't surprise me.
Michael Manning says he's very impressed with your chap's perseverance. Oh, thank you, Michael.
Oh, thank you.
We've got to make up for not only doing it one day a week, don't we?
Yeah.
And Michael's knocked out at 10, yeah.
I mean, it's right, what? 8:30 in Norway? It's like, what?
Pretty early, then.
It is. But kind of got up early this morning, so I'm starting to get a little bit tired. Also, I'm really stupid with sleep because I never go to bed at the right time.
Me either. I don't think I've ever go to bed on the same day I wake up.
And he's a ginger too. Why didn't I notice that until now? It's a power of the red hair.
It must be. Viking superpower.
Yes. True Russian. Through and through. Let's see. And also, I made another sketch of the tombstone, if you're interested in seeing it.
Well, nice. Very good. Will be on merch someday.
Yep, when I'm done with it. Sooner or later, hopefully.
Hopefully sooner rather than later, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll try not to be too slow with it.
Yeah, that's alright. It's going to be an interesting one. Duffy B says ginsers will make bears extinct.
As they should.
Yes, but you have to kill them with a knife or your bare hands.
Bare hands.
Yeah. You know, I think that guy was taking the right to bear arms the wrong way. You don't just have to cut him off the bear yourself. You can kill the bear before you cut its arms off.
Okay, that was prepared for that. Oh, the stream died again.
Ah, fuck. No.
Fuck.
It might still be live on my end. Question mark.
Ugh. I'm trying to reload it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Take it back.
All right. Looks like it was just your end, thankfully.
Thank God for shitty internet panicking me.
Yep.
Ugh. Almost gave me a heart attack.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any changes you want added to that, by the way?
Um, I do like the tombstone itself, but you know how your original design had it on like the little mound with the other stuff? Yeah, something like that, and maybe some other small tombstones with like some smaller little memes on it or something.
Yeah, that I can do that.
I don't know, maybe free speech
Oh,
from like 17 what from some date that's funny to something recent, things like that.
seems like a good one. Graveyard of Freedom.
Yep. Freedom stolen.
Oh, yeah. I'll get onto it after I've done the Lotus Eater night.
Yeah. Actually, we've got Michael in chat. I'll bring those up again.
Cool.
Check these out, Michael. First, we have what? Who's that supposed to be? Is that Carl?
I just made a face, and apparently it's just like, oh, this kind of looks like Carl.
The beard does. The hair's Trump's again.
Yes, so it's kind of like if Carl and Trump made a fusion dance, I suppose.
Yeah. Tartan Rhyme says freedom taken before its time.
Oh, sad.
Yeah. And then we have the sci-fi version. Michael Manning says, "Ha, that's great, Benjamin Trump, Daddy."
Took a lot of inspiration from Starship Troopers on that one.
Yeah.
Would have been cool to make the
Yeah.
CRT book a brain bug, but unfortunately it just didn't work from the angle.
Aaron says, it does amaze me how many people that tombstone rings true for. If the left just left video games alone, there would be a lot less people in the fight.
Pretty much the reason why I make it.
Pretty much, yeah. We were getting all reminiscent the other week of, oh my god, is this shit, did we really get into this shit in 2014? Oh my god.
It's just crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Imperial Dad Marines. Love it.
I mean, what else? There's actually no more proper thing to do in the sci-fi wing than a Starship Troopers reference. I mean, I could have done a Star Wars one, but it just doesn't fit.
Star Wars isn't based.
Not anymore.
Nah. Starship Troopers, on the other hand, is based as fuck.
It is. Though apparently everyone who gets their hands on the IP apparently doesn't know the moral and function of the Federation.
Well, that's it. They're trying to, they fuck it up so badly that they actually end up doing it well.
Yeah. I mean, small mercies.
Yep. Star Wars isn't LA. Lord of the Rings, on the other hand, yeah, we do enjoy a Lord of the Rings here.
Yes, I immensely enjoy Lord of the Rings, actually. Something of a disgusting fanboy, will admit. There's so many stories in Lord of the Rings which I just love.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I guess I don't think I'll be able to handle like a 6 hour one today. I'm sorry.
Me either. I had a busy day, unfortunately. Normally I get to have like a 2 hour nap before the lighter seeders, but it just didn't work out today.
Sorry guys if you were hoping for like a long-term one.
Yeah, we'll have to make it. We'll have to make it short. Only 4.5 hours today.
Yeah. Though maybe we can just tell them now though. Next week we might have to change the date for the podcast because on Friday next week I will have no opportunity to join the podcast at all. Also,
Yeah.
it's the Zoom meeting. So
Yes, we might have to pick a different day next week, given that it's the Gold Tier Zoom call and Trim won't be available. Probably
yeah,
Saturday.
Saturday could work. Yes, I don't think we're in any dead zones on Friday. On Saturday, I mean.
Okay, we might have Saturday might be the option. We will we'll pencil that in as probable for now, and we'll confirm it as sometime during the week.
Yeah. If you guys have any day you would prefer, then just put them in. Just write it down to us, ping us.
Yeah, though I think most people should be fine. Better with a Saturday than a Thursday.
Yeah, I assume the same.
And the snapper tried to get the stream again. Ah, the bloody snappers! Susan, get away from the stream.
Ugh, she's too busy jacking off to H3H3.
Yeah, won't surprise me.
Oh, that's a fallen star.
Fortunately, never got into that weirdo's content.
I was about to get into it, but then he started just falling apart on me, and I was like, fuck it, I want to waste time.
Alright, yeah, we might call it here.
It's been fun, guys, as always.
Indeed. It has been another super interesting day, and it's been good to have you all, especially considering that we ran into technical issues halfway through and at the beginning because Boomer. So thank you all very much for joining us. You've all been fantastic as always. Yeah,
Shadilay.
thank you for showing all the good stuff. It's Shadilay, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.